We will also have a time for making project team, finding out. And Han will have a second lecture and Ruby will discussion. Right. Okay. My part. Some sense in here. I try to explain about the project. You already know about what is FPSO. Can you answer this one? What is the full name of FPSO? Somebody?
Floating production, storage, and offloading.
Okay, good. Floating, production, storage, and offloading. One set of was like oil and gas, and each is what the project name of a near of Australia. And Korean two shipyards are involved. And then EPC. EPC is the short name of engineering, procurement, construction. Engineering means a kind of designing. And procurement is buying parts. And then construction. Same as for the plant engineering, also for the construction. To build a building, you need to have a design, you need to buy the material, and then construction. And trends of ocean IPC collaboration among the main experts and schedule planning and standard and now, this is a map of Australia here, and then northwest corner. This is the map, inland map. So, and then somewhere here, so the project location, probably 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers from the and Samsung Heavy and Daewoo shipbuilding and marine engineering or ocean engineering, marine engineering has a contract for this one is CPS. Yes. Can you move it? CPS is and this one is the FPS. So, and then this is a traditional tanker for offroad transportation. So this one is built by Daewoo, and this one is built by that's one side. And money, billion, 3 billion, 2 billion. The CPF is a little bit expensive. And this is an organizational chart of CPS project, each is project. And this is company name, Impex. Impex is a new name of Japan oil company. Imperial oil. And then there is a total of Australia. There is a joint project of 76% of the effects from Japan and 24% of the total of Australia. And then Tokyo head office. And it is project. There is an offshore technical and then CPF and FPSO in one block. So I'm trying to show you that this big money goes into this chart is only one box, small box. The whole project should be 10 times more, or I don't know, or much bigger than. So a big amount of money. Still, it's a big project for Samsung and Daewoo company. So, because they are Their annual sales volume is only 320 or 300 billion annual, but sales. So it's of 10%. Now, this is organizational chapter. Players. The company, the client of the project, something like BP, ExxonMobil, and State Oil, and Total, State Oil from Norway. And the EPC contractor. This is now Samsung or Daewoo, but in this chart, it is a little bit older chart. At the time, Samsung was a subcontractor of whole EPC contract. And at that time, about 10 years ago, EPC contractor was Seoul and Technip, JGC, and Technip is the French company. Have you heard about this company? No. So probably world biggest ocean plant engineering company. I guess several thousand people are working leading world this. And that company has a main contract with oil major. And then the construction goes to this subcontract. Now it's changing. I just showed you this positioning arrow. Samsung is trying to be a EPC contractor now. And then there is a suppliers of equipment, say engine, motor, boiler, and many things. Many people are saying there are million parts per plant. Roughly million parts. And million parts should be purchased, procurement, and suppliers. And GE, Mitsubishi, is probably bigger than Samsung. Heavy, not Samsung Electronics. Samsung Heavy is a part of. It should be bigger than this Samsung, and they are providing equipment. Very interesting. And these companies are smallest among these three players. Several thousand people are working. But market trend is this one goes to this place, replacing. Why? Because of the risk and big money. Say $1 billion project for one FPSO, right? 2 billion, 3 billion. If something goes wrong, then 5% or 10% penalty. It is also big money, right? Big money. How big? The whole company can be plus if the penalties should be paid by main contractor. Right? But these companies are much bigger size. So for their work, that big company, the risk level still high, but it's manageable. That's why as project size is becoming bigger, and then also the company client requires more and more. The level of requirement is going higher, so that they change their position, so that Samsung or they will becoming the main contractor, and then also these companies are becoming the subcontractor of the main. That is the trend of the market. This is mainly for Korean students, but this is an interesting story. Hyundai Heavy Industry should be still the biggest shipyard around the world. Heavy. They started shipyard construction 50 years ago. And at the beginning of that construction, rather than finishing construction, they have a contract. That was a very big news at the time. Because there was no shipyard. They just started construction. From Greek ship owner, Ivanos, Onassis. Have you heard about Aristotle Onassis? Yes. Explain.
He's one of the biggest the ship owner.
Ship owner.
Yeah, he owns big ships and he lend them to companies and he,
Right. Why I'm writing here, this is just brother, because he is also Greek people, and also he married with the famous lady, Jacqueline Onassis. John F. Kennedy, wife is Jacqueline Kennedy. After he died, Jacqueline married with Onassis. That was a very rather deep story. Famous story there. Anyway, see, just contracted, just started, but there was a first workshop in 1973. Just after 1 year, because of the Middle East war between Egypt and Israel, I guess. So, ship canceled. One canceled the ship, one of them is this country. So at the beginning of Hyundai heavy industry, there was a big trouble, big trouble. Yeah. Just started the shipbuilding and also shipyard, big news of contract, and then canceling of the contract. It is natural that to see that the company should be failed. The whole company should be stopped, closed down. Very big crisis. But probably this one is the money is loaned by Korean, mainly by Korean bank to establish a shipping company. Asia Shipping now is becoming 100 shipping. But it established in 1976, and that ship was transferred bought by the shipping company, so that the heavy can be survive. And now, two companies. This is the world's biggest shipyard now, and this one is also biggest shipping company in Korea. So it's a very interesting story. And at that time, he is the Jung, he showed this note to Mr. Limanus and other bank managers to get the contract and also loan from the European bank. It shows a ship of turtle ship. Long history of shipbuilding was in Korea, so that we can do well something like that. Wikipedia, EPC, what is the EPC contract? EPC means engineering construction. And contractor will design, procure, construct, and then labor or something. There is a big risk. Scale is the most important, as well as budget. So this one, it was a big crisis at the beginning of this year, but Hyundai also, Samsung and Daewoo also have a similar situation around 8 years ago when the oil prices go up twice, doubled. No, lower down half price. 2016, so 6 years ago. Many offshore plant contract was cancelled. But they had a big loss there. So that it shows the risk, high risk contract, main contractors, state and this is a lump sum turnkey contract, or something easily a master contract. Main function of main contract is scope of work, technical requirement, condition, delivery, payment, and time, risk sharing, failure, and time. So, time is most important among this. If now oil price is very high, right? 6 years ago, oil price was very low. That's why there are so many cancellations. Now, oil price is going up, say $100 per dollar or something. Then the oil producers need more device, FPSO, to produce more oil. Right? So that if they have a contract with Samsung, they want to make the delivery earlier because every day they can earn big money by producing oil and gas. Right? And they have a bonus. If the delivery is, say, 3 months earlier, or then I can pay you big bonus. Otherwise, if the delivery was delayed by 3 months, you should have a big penalty. But money is big. In reverse way, if the oil price is very low, something like 6 years ago, then they don't want to get the delivery. They want to postpone the delivery, the oil mill, because there is an idling production facility there already. The consumption is great. So then, what do they? They make something like inspection is high level. So find out small fault around the construction site. We need to correct this. We need to correct this. We need to correct it. The whole project can be delayed. That's why timing is very important. Yeah, TAG is a United States organization about capital project, something like that. French. The organization name. They provide this kind of a roadmap. And you see here is a scenario-based project planning and design. Design is engineering, and then integrated, automated procurement, and then also construction. That's right. Installation, operation, and so that is the main steps. So I'm trying to show you EPC. Now the Samsung and Dell providing these 3 steps, main steps as a single project. So now in old days, these steps are separated out. And basic design is done by the oil majors. Engineering, the design is done by engineering companies such as the Technique. Right? And then procurement is done by the oil major again. And then construction goes to the Samsung and their subcontract. Construction only. And maintenance is done by again with the oil major. So now it becomes into a single step, a bigger project, EPC contract. That's why the contract money is bigger. But compared to the separate out contract, combined contract is bigger. The risk level is bigger. If you see the risk level goes one side, but the other side is profit level. The high risk, high return. So then everybody wants to get bigger money, right? but the risk is also high, so that's why smaller companies cannot make a method. In the future, it should be more bigger size and combined. So the work integration goes much higher risk. Also, I return everything. So in old days, the EPC contractor and usually done by the engineering company, the sub-technique. Now it's changing into subcontractors and Samsung replacing them, and there can be another level of EPC management service by technical engineering company can do this. It's another change of this because of the risk and time and price and everything. So, video. The FMC probably the also company in Norway. So I guess they are combining this single company. So again, the Tesco EPC contract, main contract is equipment supply, supplier selection, scope of supply, process, warranty, purchase, financing, and legal cost. Then cause of failure. Requirement. Requirement means requirement coming from owner. Say, when I build my house, I will be the owner, and then I require the building supplier or contractor that I want to build my house in this side, and I want to be a two-story floors and based on wood And then kitchen should be in this way, and then toilet, also washroom, bedroom, and garden, something like that. But the level of requirements, quality level, and safety level can be very different. Say something like safety level for nuclear station, nuclear plant, single pump for nuclear plant is different from pump for ordinary housing. And in for the shipbuilding, the engine for ship and engine for truck can be similar in terms of horsepower. Small boat, 1,000 horsepower. For price for same horsepower diesel engine, both truck and small boat is 3 times expensive because of the level of requirement, the level of safety and endurance or failure rate or something like this. Ocean plant is one level higher than shipbuilding. The quality level, requirement level, and then again aerospace, and also probably a little bit more is similar or a little bit more is nuclear. So that usually the ocean plant has a higher requirement. And resources including manpower too, facility, material, and then schedule. Time is very important. As I told you before, timing because of the bonus and also penalty. That's why we do the planning and risk. Collaboration among domain experts. The project is single project. There should be an instrument and control probably coming from electrical engineering, layout and piping probably coming from mechanical engineering. Yes, process engineering by chemical engineers, electrical again, equipment as a boiler, civil, concrete, and then health, safety, and environment. Those all kinds of engineers should be collaborate to build a single unit. The collaboration is important, and it's important, and it's not easy because they are different. The disciplines, same again, different disciplines, all the engineering department should involve in this. So activity again, the process, if you want civil piping, installation, they doing diagrams, the drawings, and calculations, and type of So once again, why we have a big rush in ocean plant project? So each project requires different specification requirement. When I build my home, I have a contract with another contract, but the same contractor has a building contractor has another home construction nearby of my house. 2 projects is going parallel, but the requirement is very different, as you can assume. Yes, because my priority and money and also food is different from the other one. Similar to here, see, for the Australian field, another project goes to the Norway side, North Atlantic Ocean, and another goes to Gulf Mexico. The site itself is different, so that you can one cost increase with the procurement. and delay. There was a kind of a long-term, long lead item. Say for airplane construction, the long lead item should be the engine. The engine should be ordered probably 2 years before the delivery of the airplane. There is a most in advance procurement. So that when you go to the airplane construction site, engine is assembled at the final stage. Similarly, for the ocean plant, probably the drilling tower should be the most long lead item of procurement. So delay in procurement so that probably several of them and the whole project can be delayed. And domestic equipment is also following in Korea time because of the high level of requirement. So Samsung Engineering, this is another company that is only for engineering, engineering company. And they design ocean plants similar to this. And at the front of this company, I take this photo saying that one specification, one code, one transaction, one entry site, and user interface. That is for the equipment catalog handling for the whole project. There are so many people, so many collaboration, so many departments should share the information. And then the information is in the database. And they want to make that each one can be identified and there is no duplication of it. There's information management is different there. And in Korea, they try to make a standard about this. ABS was American Bureau of Shipping, the Prestigious Society of the United States. They trying to make a standard on material, standard on design, standard on procedure, equipment, and outsourcing blocks, and project management. There was and in here they use computer technology, information technology, and plant model, material, procurement, shipping, warehousing, and information storage. So that you need to have a single unique code naming and information. For automotive industry, for one car, many people are saying one car is made of how many parts? 20,000. But it depending on the management skill and level. But many people are saying one car is made of 20,000 parts. That is correct. How many parts per ocean plant? I told you before, million. You see that this is a year, so it's a sequence of years, and tab is a number of items they are managing for business. Procurement, design, and delivery, and assembly, and maintenance. They want to have a item number, something like my phone number, identification. Okay. At that time in project Nigeria LNG waste project. 30 years ago, they handling 60,000. Bonga, Sahalin, and then it's already 10 years ago. Right? The tag goes to more than a million. The increase of tag item in ocean plant. Sure. Two things you should know. The size of plant is becoming increased. Bigger as time goes. And the scientists go to far away. And size is bigger. That's why the increase of tag. Also, they have a more higher level of skills of IT technology that they divide them in more pieces, managing them in a more smaller size than before. Something like that. In a car, one car, you know, can you imagine that how many electric motors are used in a car? Electrical motors. It should be increasing as time goes on, right? Now, if the electric car is coming, then 100 years ago, probably there are small number of motors are not. Now you use side mirror is also remotely controlled. In old days, my car still I need to right. This one is also right motor. Chair, they have button, right? So increasing motor. But say 100 is used for my car. Then they have a single temper, one motor in a car. And they are saying 20,000 means 20,000 tag of items. And in a car construction company, single motor is one tag, one item. But if you disassemble this motor, you should have 100 items here. So depending on how do you manage the tree or assembly, how much levels, depending on these measures. So as management skill is going up and also computers have more power, you can have a more detailed counting system. Good. This is fun. Detail engineering, detail design, typing, electrical, and what is it? PNID, 3D modeling. PNID is just a diagram, something like a circuit diagram for the electrical electronics. This is a baseline and it goes into three-dimensional modeling, and then piece of them can be a piping system and boilers and the final construction can be used. So in each part, there are so many IT information. Right? Okay. Question?